Hey guys, still here and welcome back to another scenario for Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. This is going to be a long ass video, I can already tell that just from the start. We have a hell of a backstory by Blacknights, which is a continuation of the previous set of scenarios that he sent in. Those are linked down below in the description if you want to see the previous versions. Let's say the previous episodes, if you will. Now, this is written from my perspective as Admiral Cuttlefish, which is a nickname that I picked up in a previous episode. It's nothing short of an essay, so sit back, relax, and let me read you the diary, the logs that I have going on. The time is near. I would lie if I said I wasn't afraid. It's been 7 months since the coastal skirmishes ended in victory. Our friends from afar have told us that it was the calm before the final storm. It doesn't need to be said aloud, but you don't sink entire fleets and go unnoticed. Propaganda has made me a little famous at home and abroad, but sitting here on my balcony with my breakfast and tea with the morning seas breeze, it is my peace and quiet of the day. I can watch the storms off in the distant seas. I can admire the quiet cars that haven't moved in weeks, as oil is directed towards the war effort. Nature and the people are pretty much the only noise that you hear nowadays, aside from the mechanical hum in the distance of dredge barges digging the harbor deeper, trying to break the serenity. I can hear my wife and son stirring downstairs. It takes a moment to realize it's because of the phone. I can only take a deep breath and let it out. It's 6:25 a.m. on a Sunday. That tells me all I need to know about the phone call. I let my wife answer it, and I can hear her stutter on the words. I'm a sailor at heart, and she knows what my job entailed. Breakfast will have to be done for now. I have a family and then a country to prepare. Now, the next part is me in the headquarters. The initial reports are not good news. Our friends on the Leverette arrived in port today with the news of the incoming fleet. The report silences the room. 4 battle-strength divisions are en route from the enemy's homeland. It's believed to not be the grand fleet of our enemy, but it's massive nonetheless. 2 battleships, 2 battlecruisers with their respective battle lines, and a destroyer complement. Our initial method won't be reusable this time. Our friends warn there is a chance that this force may contain a super battleship. The Leverette was the largest ship most of us had ever seen, so my staff can only murmur at the possible size of a ship that could go by that name. I, however, know that I need to be stoic. I know ships that size can outweigh our entire fleet. I look at my captains and first officers with individual glances as I tell them to ready their ships for undocking. This attack is not a surprise this time. Our allies have supported us with 2 battleships, who journeyed here a couple of months ago. My fame has made for some use, and they've made me the commanding officer of them, so we can use them for once. All the destroyers and cruisers were moved to the capital port as shore guns finally arrived in the coastal towns. It almost looks like a parking lot at the docks now. The Sfax and the Pluton were damaged to their citadels, but these engineers and dock workers have a knack for fixing anything. Using 2 separate dry docks, they cut them in 2, and they were re-welded into one ship. I can't believe they pulled it off, and all the extra parts and scrap was made to quickly repair the remaining ships to full strength. Even with all 17 ships, we will still be outnumbered. The foreign rear admiral sits with me now in my office as we watch the organized chaos run around the headquarters. I ask him, "Are you ready to get our ships wet?" "Always, sir," he replies sternly. "Good, because I'm going to put us right in the thick of it, so we can start right in torpedo range. How do you feel about the rain swells?" I grinningly ask. "I see now why the men have named you Cuttlefish. My ships will be ready to broadside," he half-heartedly replies. So that is a almost 5-minute story, 5-minute intro to this part. What are the design requirements though? Now, it says here that the pace of the war is catching up with your nation. Manufacturing industry is growing rapidly, but there is only so much equipment. Shells and torpedoes come first. Mass production philosophy takes hold, and ship design constraints are implemented with a maximum of 5 main gun turrets of equal caliber, but no barrel limit. A maximum of 12 torpedo tubes total, not per side. And unlimited ammo for both types. Now this is important because in the previous scenario I only had so many torpedo tubes available. Your attack advantage is cut by over half compared to the first battle, as you must modernize the Coast Guard ships to the rest of the fleet standards, and the enemy is now the superpower itself. So, I have to build a bunch of light cruisers. I don't get to touch the battleships because they were sent by our allies. I have to be building the light cruisers to take on everything. And I really have to rely on RNG to build me a good battleship. That means that I'm basically on my own with the light cruisers, and I have to take down a ton of stuff. Which means torpedo tubes are going to be my friend. Let's get to designing. Light cruiser. Here, modern light cruiser. Considering that the enemy has a pretty sizable fleet, I'm a bit torn between two design philosophies. I can make this thing as big as possible, or as small as possible at 6,500 tons. A smaller ship means generally a better turning circle, and generally also means less armament, but also less stuff that they can hit. Bigger ship, more armament, but then again, my small caliber guns, maximum 7-inch, are really not going to do much against their battlecruiser. They're really not going to do much against their heavy cruiser, let alone their battleship. So I'm going to rely on torpedo tubes a lot. Let's see if it'll work with a small ship. Let's up this to turbines. You know this by now. I usually have a pretty box standard design, or at least background design for this. Turtle, no, well... I think plunging fire could be even more deadly to these things. Anti-flood 2, reinforced bulkheads 1. Autoloaders, not advanced, or not fully, what you call that? Electrohydraulical turrets, I don't need that. Radar, rangefinders, and acoustics. Now, I have maximum 12 torpedo tubes on my ship. That is not a whole lot. And it says that that is per side, or sorry, total, not per side. Considering the threat, I'm going to make a lot of use of torpedoes. If I can have 12, I can have 3 4s. And I can have a maximum of 5 main guns on each ship. So we're going to have 1 4 there, a 4 there, and a 4 there. Secondary tower, here. Although that kind of limits the position of that. Is this better for the torpedo launcher? Yeah, the firing arcs are better now. Okay. This one needs to be slightly farther back. Then we're going to go with main turrets. I think 7-inch, considering that they have the most punch. Lyddite's not great, because I will blow up. And it's also relatively heavy for a shell, 6%. So we're going to go with high TNT. 7-inch guns. There and there. Ship is now overweight. Yeah, so be it. 100% engine efficiency. Can I do that with a 1? I can. Excellent. But I will make the ship bigger. Because otherwise I won't have the power. I won't have the torpedo power to do anything. Increased complement of torpedoes. And we're going to have these things run with electric propulsion. The enemy is from 1929, which means that they probably get sonar 1 as best. So they will be able to detect my torpedoes. Hopefully at not too good of a range. Okay, let's maximum size. Why are you complaining? Oh, you're blending in with the torpedo tube now. Right. Well, these are going to be some pretty sizable light cruisers. And considering their size and weight, I wonder how much armor I could put on. 6 inches the max? Oh dear. Well, this is going to be interesting. I can make it a turtle of a light cruiser. Does that... Jesus, that works for... for deck armor too. Okay, turtle it is. 3-inch deck extended. Seriously, 6 inches of deck armor? That's a lot. It's just not particularly quick. But I can probably live with that. I will probably have to up the amount of arm or the amount of firepower a little bit, because at this rate I won't be able to get rid of the destroyers quickly. Secondary guns are only 3-inch, which would mean I could probably put some torpedo or some 4-inch guns, I don't know, here? 9.6 kilometer range. Yikes. Move. 4. Move more. No. 4. Triple. Sit. This is going to help against destroyers quite a bit. Good rate of fire. Pretty decent muzzle velocity, which should be able to intercept the DDs a bit more efficiently than these things will, although, well, muzzle velocity isn't that impressive here. Turning circle. Probably not great. 527. Yikes. Sonar range. 4.5. 5. Weight. 20 tons? Sold. I'm definitely taking that. Now, what if I do this different? What if I don't put these torpedo tubes here, but I instead try to fit another barbette or a 7-inch gun, like that, and then have the torpedoes sitting over there. Let's give this thing a bit more room. Move. Yeah, don't worry. Port weight offset? Oh, you're not perfectly central, are you? There you go. Right. So I removed the torpedo tube from the stern. And that's intentional. I'm going to go with doubles. It's not as weight efficient, but it will work. And I'm also kind of spreading out the chances of having my torpedo tubes knocked out. So now I have... oh, that's 8 per side. I'm allowed to have 12 torpedo tubes total. Okay. Move you forward to here. This way I have a bit more 7-inch gun firepower. I still won't be able to pen heavy cruisers easily, but, well, what if I go for heavy shells? Let's say an engagement range of about 10,000 meters, 7.6-inch belt, pen, super heavy, 8.3. Wow, that's pretty dreadful. Reload 15.5. Reload 14.1. Okay, we're going to go for a middle ground. Heavy shells. I carry 510 per gun. Let's go for more. This way I carry 688 per gun. So that's a little over 19... Actually, a little over 2,000 shells per ship. They can probably keep up that firing for quite a while. I'm just a bit too stern focused. Still. Can we shift the whole tower forward? Oh, now you're 5%. Ah, perfect. Perfect. So these things throw 23-inch torpedoes at a range of only 13 kilometers. Which actually puts me in torpedo range that says I'm going to mess up a light cruiser with one shot. That's risky. Here's my thinking though. I can go for electric torpedoes, which makes them really stealthy. It makes them more accurate, but I'm sacrificing 15% range. If I go for oxygen, I get more range, I get less torpedo detection range, but still not as good as the electrics. So I'll be able to torp from a range of 22, but they'll see them coming. And when they do, they're going to turn. As we've seen, the AI has gotten really capable of dodging torpedoes. So at this point, I'm feeling a bit more confident going closer in, under the cover of a smokescreen, and then dropping electric torpedoes. Hoping that that's going to work. Now, I think the name of this ship, the Protet, is actually very adequate. Because if my French is correct, then it means protect. And that's exactly what we're trying to do. We're going to protect the homeland. Let's put some 2-inch guns over there. More for show than anything else, because it's 6-kilometer range. We are going to have bigger issues if anything gets that close. Ah, crap. 3-inch gun over there. Yeah, we're going to put a 3-inch gun right here. Ship's overweight. Oh, come on. 4 weight offset, 0.4. I'll take it. Although, actually, I could probably easily balance it out here. Yeah, there we are. 0.1. Fair enough. Anything I can put armor on? Secondaries, 4.5 inches. I'll take it. Okay, 10,000 out of 10,000. I will accept this. And we shall take this thing to battle. To protect the homeland. Or die trying. Here we go. The big showdown. My 2 battleships, 9 light cruisers and 6 destroyers against their battleships, battle cruisers, heavy cruisers, light cruisers and destroyers. Those 7-inch guns on the light cruisers, I'm hoping that they can take out the light cruisers and the destroyers. Ideally quickly. The heavy cruisers can then take out the battleships can take out the heavy cruisers, and then the light cruisers can torp the battleships and the battle cruisers, and these guys are a complete random unit. I don't know what to expect from them, so let's have a look. The objective, by the way, the mission is survive, not of your ships, but of the nation. Sink them all. 18 out of 20 enemy ships is victory, so long as the last 2 ships are light cruiser or destroyer, which are running away. Battleship, Charles Martel and the Republique. Minimum bulkheads. Lovely. 15-inch guns. It's a modernized Dreadnought, this one. 27 knots. A turning circle, that's terrible. 15-inch guns, which can range to almost 29 kilometers with a white powder propellant. Aux 2, Krupp 3, Barbette 2, Anti-Torp 5. Sonar 2. Okay. Heavy shells. Reduced ammo for shells? Great. This is why I said you cannot rely on the battleships. Because I can't design them, so the AI does. Interesting placement of the 6-inch guns here. 4-inch guns for support. 3-inch guns and 8-inch casemates. Alright. Now show me the destroyers. 5-inch guns, 2-inch guns, torpedoes at a range of 22-1, so you're using the oxygen ones. And it's like they had a couple of spare torpedoes that they just deployed all over the ship. Right. And what do they have? Oh boy, that's 12 17-inch guns. Big guy, are you? Pagoda Tower. It's a modernized Dreadnought, but they modernized the casemate guns right out of it. Interestingly. A couple of 4-inch guns and 2-inch guns, which means that these things can be approached by smaller ships, as long as they don't get to within about 10 kilometers, which means that both the DDs and the light cruisers have a much better chance. Battle cruisers. Ooh. 8 14-inch guns in an ABCX format. Augmented with 7-inch guns and 21 3-inch guns. So again, anything within 7 kilometers is dead. As outside of that, you're looking at the 7-inch guns and the 14s. Heavy cruisers, 8 9-inch guns. These need to go. And they got 2 more of those. They're light cruisers. 12 7-inch guns. Loads of torpedoes. Loads of 3 and 2-inch guns. DDs. Can we even see those yet? Yes, we can. Torpedoes bow and stern. Torpedoes there. Single 5-inch guns? Yeah, 4 single 5-inch guns. So basically a torpedo boat. It's going to be heavy. How am I going to play this? Charles Martel and Republique maintain course away from the target. We got the Destresse, Armorique, Distant. Torpedo range. No, you're not in torpedo range yet. Enemy direction. Closing in. Battleships. I believe your priority should be the heavy cruisers. Because the heavy cruisers are going to make very quick work of my light cruisers. So that's the target. Strange as it is. Then we have another battle line over there on the wrong side of the battleships. I'm going to turn these around. We're going to try and have these torpedo from this side and the other ones torpedo from that side. I do immediately want you to smoke up. We have another group here following the battleships. Standard formations, everyone. And then we have the DDs. I want to have one big destroyer div. Oh crap, I've merged these. No, shit, I'm messing up everything now. Detach. I want you to follow the Martel. With your damaged engines and everything. What sort of propulsion do you have? Diesel 2. Okay, you're going to be fixed in no time. Light cruisers. They're all one block, aren't they? Yeah, that's not good. So, split. 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 Armorique. Join div 5. You're also going to join div 5. There. Don't torpedo unless otherwise directed and smoke up. Then we have all of these light cruisers. The Protet, lead ship. Marseillaise join the Protet, that's div 6. Join div 6. Join div 6. Turn out. Light cruisers Bougeot and Dubordieu. No torps. Yeah, you guys can turn that way. No torps allowed. I'm wondering what to do with the Dubordieu. I'm thinking I'm going to just merge it with the Jurien. Just have those guys follow. So that's div 5, was it? Wait. You're not supposed to be in that group, buddy. Leave. You're supposed to be in this group, div 5. That one. You. Join div 5. Bougeot, join div 5. And you join div... Fuck's sake. I merged, or I unmerged all of them. Armorique. Join div 5. There. Now we're getting somewhere. No torpedoes. Normal formation, please. I don't want any torpedo shenanigans or formation issues. DDs. No torps. Okay, I think we can start. Is there anything going to be inside a torpedo range? No, but the battleships will be in gun range. Focus fire on the light cruisers. This is going to be one big mess. Light cruiser group from the Protet is turning around. As planned. Mameluke group turning around the other way. Normal formation, please. No Stupid formation bugs are required for this one. We've damaged them a little bit, and we're taking some damage ourselves on the Tonkinois. Okay. You seem to be a priority target for them. Torp the battleship, do it aggressively, do it now. Nothing's in your way. Do it now. Shit. Those bow torpedo tubes don't turn. So I effectively only have these torpedo launchers on the stern. That's going to make things a lot more complicated. This basically means that I'm missing out on 2 torpedo tubes per side for a total of 4 torpedo tubes. Problematic. That's their heavy cruisers that are turning away. If my commentary is not going to be as good as usual, I'm a little busy here. Oh. Well, at least the Mameluke fired. Tartu launched. Anamite launched. And Mameluke blows up. 17-inch shell just cut that thing to shreds. In almost no time at all. Cease torpedo launches and turn away. Light cruiser status. Range. Contact is in torpedo range. That is a light cruiser. It's not what I need. One of their heavy cruisers has been hit by one of the 15-inch guns, so that's good. It's falling back. Considering the dense formation that the enemy has going on, I might be able to torp one and accidentally hit another. That's useful. That's not useful. These DDs are going to be well, they're going to be dust very, very quickly. The Tartu, gone. No flooding protection. There's 2 of my ships down in the first 7 minutes of the battle. And the Destrée over here, well, she's going to have issues as well. I need to get closer. Even though I do not have a smokescreen. I need to get the torpedoes off on the starboard side. Because if I don't, then I won't be able to do damage against these guys, or at least not effectively. Battleship status. Relatively alive. Switch fire to their battleship. I want to see if these things flood alright. I know I was targeting the heavy cruisers, but my chance to hit is so low that I don't think it's worth my time. These heavy cruisers probably have standard amount of bulkheads. Oh, there goes the enemies. Leaving just the Tonkinois alive, which is the last destroyer. Lovely. Tonkinois. Guess who's going down next? At this rate, it's going to be you. There we go. Torp, you dummy. Torp anything. There we go. Tonkinois is pretty much gone. Proté. The problem is that the enemy's turning the wrong way. They're moving that way. Which means that the light cruiser is going to have to close in to distance to make sure that they can drop their torps. Which implies that they have a hell of a risk ahead of them. Oh, I still have 2 more DDs here. The Fantassin and the Kersan. Just need to get them into range. Destrée, turn. Destrée, torp that. Armorique, torp that. Destin, torp that. Damage to the main gun of the battleship. Good. Smoke up. Torpedo out. Torpedo as quickly as you can. Because this is a rather unsafe area. I have 36 torps aboard. I don't think I'm going to need all of them. Because I probably won't be able to launch all of them. Oh, actually new target. The Nokogiri. We sent one of their ships to the bottom. Which, according to the game, is a light cruiser. Target Armorique. And target for the star. Just, seriously, go aggressive. You can turn, right, with these launchers. Looks like the bow launchers don't want to turn. There we go. Torpedoes away from the destroy. Tsugaru. Maximum bulkheads. Torpedoes. 21 inch. Target. What are you launching against? My light cruisers. Assumedly these. So we're going to turn and we're going to get the hell out of here. The other light cruisers. Still sorting out their formations. Now the scenario is called Sovereignty or Subjugation. So if I lose this one, it is pretty much GG for my nation, I suppose. Armorique launched. She is flooding. But I have a lot of flooding protection, so I'm really hoping that I'll survive that. Salvo away. Tsugaru is moving away under her own smokescreen. Standard bulkheads here. Few bulkheads on the battleships. Yeah, but the battleships are a bit out of torpedo range. Anti-torpedo protection 3. I can pretty easily be overwhelmed by 23-inch torpedoes. No torps, no torps. Target the Tsugaru. Or actually torpedo the Akagi if you can. Standard bulkheads. Turning circle's not great. Sonar 1. Looks like we have a destroyer out here in the middle of nowhere. These light cruisers are probably going to have to take a bit more damage. Because at the moment I don't really know how to keep these guys alive. Akagi's heading away. But the Maya is not. Just torp whenever you can. Oh, that was all the launchers. So the port side does work very well. Good. Oh dear. That's going to cost me a light cruiser. Martel, what's your rangefinder like? Stereo 4, that's good enough. Radar? Yeah, generation 2 radar, so you're pretty accurate. Maximum bulkheads on the heavy cruisers. Okay. I'm taking way more damage than I'm actually delivering. Maya is incoming. Smoke! One advantage of having these torpedo launchers in duos is that they reload pretty quick. There goes the distray. Pretty much expected. Turn. Maybe I can get the starboard launchers off again. Smoke. Turn in. Dubourdieu, you better be moving, buddy. I do not have time for formation bug shenanigans this time. Because there is just too much riding on the availability of my light cruisers and their torpedoes. Battle cruisers, oh sorry, battleships. These guys barely did damage. 331, 269. Akagi has taken some damage but is heading away. In fact, they're all heading away. And with limited ammo, I really have to pick my targets. Potet, we're going to turn starboard. We're going to try and intercept their battleships. Their accuracy, fortunately, is not good, but they carry a ton of ammunition, meaning that they'll not run out of ammo. And as we've seen, they only really need to get lucky once with those 17-inch shells, at least to blow up a destroyer. But I can imagine that high explosive damage against a light cruiser, well, soon you won't have a light cruiser. There goes the Protet. Yep, that was a 17-inch gun, dealing 1800 points of damage. Are my torpedoes going to do anything here? No. I do not see myself winning this one at all. The enemy is just way too strong, and my light cruisers can do a little bit of damage, but not nearly this much. Kiso is detecting torps. Now we got 3 here, 3 there. She's fine. Suma's not in the way. There are more torps though. But I don't need to blow up one light cruiser. I need to blow up something way bigger. Keep throwing out torpedoes. Dubordieu. Detach. Starboard turn. Bugo. Join the Dubordieu. Wait. No. Bugo. Detach. Fuck, who is... Just detach the Dubordieu and get the Bugo to join the Dubordieu that way. Good. One hits a destroyer of all things and blows it up. So that's a second ship that I've sunk. Only 18 more to go. I really got screwed over pretty bad when it came down to the battleships. So their heavy cruisers have taken some damage, but I'm not concerned about those. Not right now, anyway. But these light cruisers are taking such a beating. I have as much armor on them as I can. 6-inch on a light cruiser is already a lot. Battleship range 21. .8. Ceasefire. Not worth it. How am I going to turn this thing around? Torping the Maya out of existence would help. But one of the ship classes that I'm desperately missing is a heavy cruiser. Because a heavy cruiser would have been so valuable in taking down the light cruisers, which are very dangerous with all those torpedo launchers that they sport. Marseillais is flooding badly. $18 kilometers out. Marseillais is not going to survive this. Maybe the oxygen torps would have been a better idea. Pull these guys back, but there's not much left of them. Dubordieu and the Bugo are going to be targeted by the light cruisers and the battle cruiser pretty soon. Focus on that. What do we torp? A heavy cruiser? No, a light cruiser. Kiso, dead. Looks, however, like the torps here are not going to do anything. Unless the Maya turns to starboard. But I don't really see her having a good reason to do that. Target the Sendai. That's uncomfortable. Oh! The battle cruiser is kind of depleting its ammunition. That's interesting. Because that means that the battle cruiser's sort of out of the fight. Of course not when it comes to 3-inch and 2-inch guns. But those 14s are going to shut up now. That's useful. It's not going to look like anything. Bugo, why are you so slow? Fuck's sake. Fix this bug already. Kersan, floods? What happened to you? Did you get torped? No, you got hit. And with your few bulkheads, it's not taking much to get you sinking. So that's them dead. Battleships push in. Normal. I cannot get them faster unless I switch to loose formation. And if I switch to loose formation, the ships won't listen to my orders. Damn, this is a tough fight. Dubourdieu, come left. I still have the Tonkinois all the way back there. She's capable of doing 24 knots. We got the Fantassin over there, which keeps throwing at torpedoes against against heavy cruisers which are running away. So that's not really worth a torpedo attack. Ceasefire. Then I got the Marseillaise group. Sort of. Let me guess. Yeah. 22 knots. Move! Torpedo warning. Uh-oh. Detach Marseillaise, turn to port. No, they're transiting the other way. Back. Battleships. Range is 17 clicks. Detach. I want you guys running at full speed. Even though their survivability is poor, I want them running at maximum speed. Because at this rate, they're not going to be contributing anything to the battle, and the rest of my ships will just needlessly die. We might be able to kill the Yayoi, because she's not capable of dealing with flooding very well. Oh! What sort of sneaky torps are those? Electrics? Electrics. Here comes the dodge. Thank you very much. Yayoi is down. Good. Next, Sashio. Don't torp him, just finish him. Status. Bugo, still 15 clicks out. Turn back. Dubourdieu. Akagi and Maya have ceased fire. Excellent. Excellent. Target Sendai. Because that's something we might be able to damage. The battle cruiser, not really. 14% chance. Against the light cruiser, 14-2? Huh. Unexpected. Ow. 17-inch hit. Immediately takes 700 damage. And once again, it seems like the enemy fleet is more interested in running away than anything else. At this point, most of my battle line is a big mess. Not really because I wanted to, but because the whole formation system is still bugged. Torpedo Maya. Makuma detected torpedoes. That must have been from the destroyer. Yeah, humor me. Turn hard to port. No, okay. Hard to starboard. There's another torp. That's the single launcher from the DD. Look at this. That's a zigzag and a half. What are you doing, Mikuma? No. Surely you will be able to dodge that. Yeah, there you go. That would have been something. So far I've sunk, what, 2 destroyers and a light cruiser? And I've already lost a serious amount of ships. In the way that my destroyers died in the first few minutes. And light cruisers are not particularly survivable. Akagi just dodges torps. The AI has gotten so good at dodging torpedoes. Initially, when you had destroyers, or when you had torpedoes, they almost all the time hit the enemy. Because the AI was just terrible at dodging. Now, it's a completely different story. They spot them, they dodge instantly. Fantassin, what shall we torp? Maybe Akagi? Oh, that's a DD less. Next target, Tsugaru. Torpedo Akagi if you can. Your torps run faster, right? Much faster. So I don't want to spook the battle cruiser with the torps from the Fantassin. That won't work. Charles Martel. Open fire. Your new target is the battle cruiser. Akagi. It's a bit of a sad ending this way, because I don't see myself winning this one, and the previous scenarios were really, really good, and I really was able to defend the homeland effectively. But now this is just a sorry show. Here's the Marseillaise again, here's the Dubourdieu. Turn that way, buddy. Fantassin, nope, 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 nope. Torp quickly, because you'll be dead inside of 30 seconds. Torps away. Damage to the Akagi. Would you look at that? Ouch. Jesus, 6 flash fires. 7. 8. Holy shit, that thing just kept popping every gun it had. Oh, that was... Well, I mean, she was already dead, but... Isn't there this meme of stop kicking it, it's already dead? Yeah, Blacknights, I think you made a scenario that was a bit too difficult here. The enemy did 22,000 damage, I did 14. I'd still like it if you could actually see how many ships you have been able to kill. Because that would be far more interesting than the amount of damage that I've done. Hakaze might sink? Yeah. Makuma detected torpedoes. Look at that thing turn! Jeez, it's like they have a bow thruster or something. Maya just dodged everything. Charles Martel has done a mere 600 damage. Republique, 276. Now she's not firing yet, because I thought that she was being not effective at that range. Let's target Mikuma. Maybe we can do some damage here. Dubourdieu, target Maya. Is the Fantassin still... No, the Fantassin is the one that blew up. The Tonkinois is coming in. Eventually. And then we have the Armorique and the Destin. But I put those on cruise control out of the battle. Bugeaud. Just trying desperately to keep up. But getting battered by 9-inch guns from the heavy cruiser. Although they have ceased fire as they're out of ammunition. Now I keep getting hit by 14-inch shells. Come on. Oh, you probably won't torp because one of the other ships is in the way. Fine. Torpedo Sendai. I mean, I won't win this, but I can do as much damage as possible. Target Suma. Choose high explosive only. We might be able to do some damage here. Damage to the torpedo launchers. You're still targeting the heavy cruiser, the Mikuma. Target Yakushi instead. See, that right there is contributing to a battle as a battleship. 6,400 damage. The Taibo, nothing, surprisingly. But this guy has done about a quarter of the damage that the enemy fleet has done. So that's useful. As opposed to whatever the hell my battleships are doing or not doing. And more importantly, my battleships won't be useful for much longer because they're going to run out of ammunition. Suma's torping the battleship. Let's have the Martel turn out, because if she gets torped, it's GG for her. Just not hitting that thing. 5% chance to hit. I mean, I get it, it's not great, but if you hit him once with a 15-inch shell, you're pretty likely to do a good amount of damage. Sendai's detecting torps. The spread's too great. She can easily find a gap. I'm catching up to the Japanese ships a little bit. 23,000, 15,000, but we still have a long, long way to go. And they probably have these ships out here that I can't even catch. Ceasefire. Because these guys are almost out of torps. At least this one is. And another problem is that they are too good at dodging torpedoes, those enemy ships. So, as much as I would very much want to try and torpedo one of them, I just can't. Because they dodge almost every time. And they all have maximum bulkheads, or at least a lot of them. This one might sink. Charles Martel's down to 84 shells for her 15-inch. Come on. Suma is flooding some more. Come on. Gotcha. Smoke. Battlecruiser range 8-1. Torpedo that. Although she's heading away from the battle. I'll probably still need my torpedo launchers for something else. What are you targeting now? The battlecruiser, the Maya. The Maya is still firing at the battleship with her 14s. But she's almost completely out of ammunition now. 38 shells left. To my 45. I think neither of us is going to win this one. Ceasefire. Let's push these ships in. So I've got the Marseillaise and the Bugeaud here. So we got plenty of torpedoes on these ships, but just no way to get them to the target. That's the major frustration that I have. I cannot get close enough. And this is with the sneakiest torps that I have available. If I had been using the oxygen torps, it probably would have been worse. Because with the oxygen torps, they would have been detected even sooner. These Japanese ships can really take a beating. Some more damage there. Tonkinois. She's desperately trying to get to the battle, but the enemy's just moving faster. The enemy's withdrawing faster than my destroyer can get there. Alright, at this point, I'm going to use them as big, heavy cruisers with 8-inch guns, these battleships. They will probably sink, but it's double or nothing. And I'm out of main gun ammo anyway. There we go, that killed him. Oh, that's going to kill you, Martel. Turn. Good work. At least the heavy cruisers don't carry torpedoes. That would have been worse. Rudder damaged aboard the Akagi. Secondaries are going off against the destroyers. Uh-oh. More torps. Can you take out the destroyer, the Hakaze? Hold on. Is there hope yet? What's your turning circle? 728. Sonar 2. You're too good at spotting torpedoes here. If all else fails, I will ram heavy ships with my battleship. But that's pretty much a last-ditch effort. Every secondary gun on the Hakaze. That destroyer needs to go. Come on. Ideally before it launches another set of torpedoes at you. There we go. New target. Tsuguro. Or Tsuguru. You still have some ammo, correct? Just not a lot. Alright. Main guns. Chance to pen. Wait for it. I'm only 2,000 points of damage behind now. Wait for it. Akagi has no ammo. I think effectively cannot pen the battleship. Because in order to pen the battleship, she's using 7-inch guns, which are almost out anyway. Okay, Armorique. Torp at will. I still have some other light cruisers heading away. Tonkinois. Bugo. Still sort of kind of trying to get closer, but at a mere 20 knots, she's in the same problem. She cannot get there fast enough. Okay, now we can probably target this thing. And ideally blow it up. There we go. Flooding. 30 shells left on the mains. I can fire a few more shells, but that's it. Main guns from the Republique, same deal. But they too are delivering damage to the Akagi. Flash fire on the Akagi. Beautiful. That's her battlecruiser dead. I'm now actually ahead on damage. Ceasefire. Push in. Just use your 8-inch casemates to do some damage. See, now the battleships are contributing. 5.1k. 6.7k on the Republique. And the light cruisers are getting ripped to shreds by the 8-inch casemates. Let's have a look at those. At least they sound good. She's starting to flood. Armorique kind of has the same problem. I just torpedoed against the TIE bow. Where's your friend? Never mind. That was the Armorique. Where's the other light cruiser at? Here. Oh. Right, you can do 11 knots. Yeah, I see how that was going to be a problem. They might have just launched. I'm gonna turn, just preventatively. But still, they got 4 heavy cruisers there, and I don't really have any counter to that. Short of the battleships. Yep, they definitely torped. The battleships and their 8-inch guns would probably be the only way to counter heavy cruisers. Their battleships still have 1,000 shells left. Okay. Okay. At this point, almost all my heavy cruisers... No, light cruisers are dead. Don't be a dick. Range, 9 kilometers. I will ram you. Oh, I won't ram you. No! Ooh. This has the potential to kill the Martel. Because the Martel and her inability to counter flooding is not a good combination. Let's use the mains against that light cruiser over there, the Sendai. Oh, just short. Come on. I really don't want to spend another full salvo on the Tsugaru. Missed. 12 shells left. Hold your fire. Tsugaru does not have any torps anymore, except for the single launch. Chance to pen Hyuga, 51%. Few bulkheads. Target the Hyuga. If, right, if the battleship can draw the fire of their battleship, and I can have this light cruiser rush in together with her sister ship, maybe I get an opportunity to torpedo that battleship and sink her. But I need the Hyuga firmly focused on the Charles Martel. So I need to draw as much fire as I can. And right now the battleship has everything she has pointed at the Martel. There we go. Light cruiser dead. Next target, Sendai. The Martel probably won't survive this, so it's a matter of minutes probably before she's dead. Because that flooding is going to intensify. Main guns are off. Range, 3.4. I think 6 23-inch torpedoes will at least cripple the Hyuga. Maybe not sink it straight away. Oh, look at that. Martel, turn, buddy. Or there won't be a ship. I want you to be really frickin' secure about that torpedo launch. 6 23-inch torps rush off from the Tage, or however the French would pronounce that, and slam into the starboard side of the Hyuga. 3 of them hit. Ho ho! I'll take it. Hyuga is no more. The Charles Martel will soon join her at a mere kilometer away from the wreck. The Tage might do it again. Oh, wow. If you got it this far into the video, please write hooray for Tage in the comment section so I know you actually made it this far. This guy has all sorts of problems with his propulsion. If I can torpedo the Tybo, that would be a massive boost to morale. Wait, the Martel's not dead yet? Calling me surprised. Thought she'd be gone. I only have 4 torpedoes left in the Targa though. Oh, that's problematic. I think the Jurien is going to have to take that one down. Martel is down, which means that this guy is now the focal point of the attack. The moment I torp, they start turning away. I don't want you to do that. Wait, wait, wait. Because I need the Jurien to get in here. At the same time, if I don't torp now... Fine, do it. Torque. Go. Hard starboard turn. Actually, hard port turn. Port, 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 port. Get out. No, not like that. Tybo detects. Starts to turn. Oh. Almost sinking. Yeah, there she go. Uh-oh. In the meanwhile, my other battleship's getting torped. But it's the dead one. Slam on the brakes, Republiek. The Martel got torpedoed, but the Martel's already dead. Ahead standard. You might get 2 torpedoes on the Tybo. Targa, well done, sir. Hit. Hit. This is your cue to blow up, Tybo. No, not like that. No, no, no. I'm not sure why that didn't actually do any damage, but I'll take it. Starboard, 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 starboard. Torpedoes away. That's 6 more. And with this much water inside the hull, the Tybo is going to have a really, really tough time trying to dodge that. However, there are still plenty of heavy cruisers around that I probably cannot sink. Yeah, you are going to be dead. But so is the Jurien at this rate. More torpedoes flying off the... Oh, ho, ho. Yep, ammo explosion. But the Jurien's crippled. I'm not sure if she still has port torpedoes. Yep, she still has 2 of them... No, 4 of them left. Which are now going to try and hit the Maya. What a battle. I'm gonna need a drink after this one. Damage done, 42,000. Both of their battleships are toast. Which, about an hour ago, is more than I expected. All heavy cruisers are either out of ammo or just completely silent. But the amount of ships that I have is limited. Putting it mildly. Republiek is starting to run out of her 8-inch shells. Whoa, the Marseillaise has spent almost all of her ammunition? That's nuts. These things started with 2,000 shells. Damn. Uh-oh. I see death in my future. Because the Sendai has port side torpedo launchers and starboard. Kill it. Quickly. She's starting to flood badly. Get the main guns on that. Whoa, no, 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 not there. Here. Thank you. That helps. Marseillaise turned back. Are the torpedoes looking against the Maya? Not great, because she turned. Damn battle cruisers. Come on, Sendai. Done. Next, the heavily damaged Jura. leaving 1 battle cruiser and 6 heavy cruisers alive. Now the Bugeaud is trying to deal damage, but she just has 2 shells remaining on her 7s. Nokogiri, no more 9-inch shells. Aso, no more. Mikuma, 90 shells. Otago, no more shells. Well, I have 30 torpedoes. I just don't have speed. So I'm going to be patient trying to get into range. How fast can you go? 27 knots. Crap. Whoa. That's not good. That is substantially not good. Slow down! No! 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 Wow, the Jurian's still here? I thought she went down. She just doesn't have any ammo left for her 7s. Come on. Is that thing even moving? Yeah, it is. 10 knots. Which one's the one that has ammo? That one. Mikuma. Here's my challenge. This ship's capable of doing 21 knots, and the heavy cruisers are rushing off at a maximum of 35 knots. So even if I wanted to... Oh shit. I probably cannot get there. Crap. I lost all the ammo on the 15s. Yura is still here. Switch target to the Minimakoma. What are you doing? Are you just gonna rush me? Are you gonna ram me? What's your plan? So I would rather you not ram me, actually. No ammo for the 6-inch guns, no ammo for the 3-inch casemates. The Republiek really gave all she had. This range, armor piercing. What are you doing? .8. Keep pushing. Smoke it up. Torpedo the Minimakoma. Range 1.5. I hope that that's not enough time for her to get a warning. I mean, she'll get a warning, alright. I just hope that is not enough. Torpedoes are away. Minimakoma detects. Oh, sorry, Minimamikoma. Oh, she completely dodges. Never mind. Don't even bother. Bugeaud, are you... What are you taking damage from? A 9-inch gun, huh? From the Mikuma. Must have been the last of her ammunition. Torpedoes away from the Bugeaud. The amount of shells that this thing has fired is ridiculous. How many shells have you fired? 6,040. Sorry, 6,840. And this one's still trying to do a low caliber gun duel with the Marseillaise. I have another light cruiser coming in, but she's still 13 kilometers out. Where's my destroyer? Oh, it's finally making its way back. Republiek down to her last 73 casemate shells. 67, 64, 61. Well, she did it. She did it. Target down. Enemy has surviving 5 heavy cruisers and 1 battle cruiser. I cannot catch that. She's doing 25 knots. None of my ships can do 25 knots at this point. I can do 9. I can do 11. Jurien can do 8. I can do 24 with the Tonkinois. But if that battlecruiser so much looks at me funny with a 3-inch gun, I flood. The République is basically a floating platform that just does 8 knots, maximum 10. But she cannot get anywhere. And even if she got there, she probably couldn't fire because she's out of ammo. So, I guess it's a Pyrrhic victory. And I guess I'm still going to get invaded. Because I just can't get them. I cannot get into torpedo range. Even if I do, they dodge too quickly. I cannot get the battlecruiser because she's too fast. But she has expended almost all her ammo. She's just a 3-inch gunboat now. She has less firepower than a destroyer. Just more of it. And these heavy cruisers, well, they also expended all their ammo. So I'm going to leave it to the author of the scenario, Blacknights, to say what happened. Is this a victory for me? Is this a victory for them? I suppose it can go either way. Let me know down below in the comment section. What do you think? Victory for me or for them? Because I didn't complete the objective of sinking 18 out of 20 ships, but I gave it my level best with the ships that I was given. So I hope you guys at least were entertained. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon for another one.